Okay, first of all, we will start from the format data management. Essential is the small version of the format data management. Uh, you get invite from us that tell about Autodesk Docs, but right now Autodesk Docs has been renamed to Autodesk Forma Data Management. Why? Because Forma is a huge system that integrate many feature, many product all together to form the single source of data. We call the Forma, and Forma data management is a branch of it. So the previous name is Autodesk Docs. I would like to inform that. Okay, we go to the next slide. Executive overview, what is format data management, uh, who it is for, why customer should adopt it, how it stack up against the competition, and how to identify expansion opportunity. Why this matter? Project files drive everything in AECO work. AECO is architecture, engineering, construction, and owner. Is short for why do we have to use the project or data management? Because we work like a team. We didn't work as individual, because many heads working together cause a lot of problem, right? If you didn't have the system to control everything. So data management is the tool to solve that problem, because when you working with many stakeholders, for example, the owner, the engineering, architecture, construction field, draftsmen, many parties have their characteristics. So when they're working together, we should have the system to serve that, to avoid the problem, to prevent any error, human error. And I will show you live in the software. And when file management breakdowns, projects slow down. This is the cause of the problem, big, huge amount of problem, and you cost a lot of time, cost a lot of money to spend on that. So the tools try to help you save the money, save the time, and avoid any human error as much as possible. We have the feature that version confusion leads to rework. This one. So in the system, we have the version control. So every parties can see only the latest version only. For the previous version, they can't see. So the problem of taking the wrongdoing to work is not occur anymore. The second is that rename or move reference break drawings, because we work as an integrated system. So the problem of reference missing, it never happened. The third one is that manual file transfer, create duplicate files. We don't have this problem as well, because we can find and search everything in the same source. So never have the duplicate files. Team works from outdated information. This one is important. So the system will control every party to see only the latest information only. And the desktop workflows operate outside a shared environment. But we work in the same environment, so everyone can see all the works all together in the same time simultaneously. This one is a cloud-based file management. So we can object that we should have the internet that quite fast, strong all the time. Otherwise, this system gonna have the problem, because this is a cloud-based file management. So we should have the strong internet connection and quite stable. That's our need. Must start at project kickoff, not after issue arise. The problem you can see on the right side, when we have many parties work together, for example, owner, operator, architecture, estimator, capital manager, trades, engineer, and contractor, you can see that messy other part, send of information and communication channel between among them. So today many teams rely on email attachments. It's quite old method in nowadays. Share network drive, so it's not work together. Generally, cloud storage, no, because we use OneDrive or anything is quite a lot of sources, and you have the confusion easily. Manual file naming conventions, this one cause a problem as well, because when I name the file A and A final and A latest final, we didn't know that which one is the latest, right? So it results is that broken references, inconsistent folder structures, no clear version history, extra time spending resolving file conflicts. You can see that a lot of problem, and we can estimate the cost that we spend maybe a million we lost in the process of communication and misunderstanding, you know. What happened as collaboration expand? You can see from the previous page. This one just focus on the fragmented file storage and unmanaged coordinations only. But we still have another problem we call the collaboration expands. As more stakeholders join the project, reference break, when file move or rename, you see. Standards vary by team. Multiple versions of the same drawing appear. Project managers spend too much time looking for information and confirming what's been approved. This creates delay, confusion, and additional coordination work. So the staff gonna get tired every day because of all the problem that caused by the collaboration, you know. So our system gonna prevent the problem of this as well. So why the keeping the current set clear, what AECO teams constantly need to know what is the current set. You see, when you have two drawing on the table, you can identify which one is the latest, you know. But on the cloud system, we have the feature that can hide the old version and show only the latest version. So everyone work on the latest information and never use the wrong file, never use the wrong version for sure, 100% guarantee. So common challenges include duplicate drawing files across folders, outdated references, share with external partners, manual version naming and validation, time spent confirming which version is current. Okay, the strategy is Autodesk Forma. Autodesk Forma, I told you already that the previous name is Autodesk Docs. It's the end-to-end industry cloud build for AECO, Forma data management. Is powered by Forma and included with eligible standalone subscriptions to AutoCAD, Revit, and Civil 3D. Today, we focus just on AutoCAD, but on Revit and Civil 3D, if you're using this software, you can use the power of Autodesk Forma integrated in that solution as well. And I will show you a little bit. So before we getting into this, I will show you in the software. So I will put the slide here. Okay. And I will show you in the software. It's on the web browser here. We can type the acc.autodesk autodesk.com. This is the URL that we should go. ACC is short for Autodesk Construction Cloud.autodesk.com. You can see that right now the name of it is Autodesk Forma. We click on it and we will get into the Autodesk Forma. We have the Hub Admin Executive inside. We can create a project at here. You can see that I create many projects, and I will show you some by creating create project. Right now, the system can ask for the new project. You see, I will type Mitsubishi Corporation. For example, assume that Mitsubishi hire my company to work for them. Project number, maybe I type 1001. Select hub. The hub, we should clear the hub first, and then I will clear this project under my hub. And then project type. For example, this is a building, it's an office. Maybe I build this is an office. The template, because if we create from scratch, we will have to create folder by hand manually. That's quite take time and tedious work. But if we have the previous project, we set as a template and we can use that legacy to continue forward on. But right now I will clear to show you from scratch first, and you can see that the problem we have a lot and take many time, and I will show you the shortcut key to remedy so that's problem later. So this one I will skip. And then the address, you can type, for example, KL, Kuala Lumpur, or Singapore, anything. It has the choice for you, for example, Kuala Lumpur Lane, Parkview, something like that. And the time zone, I can type Malaysia. No result found. Time zone, maybe Singapore. Anything you can type and just select time zone. And start of this project day, maybe I start from today, and end date maybe at the end of this year, maybe go to the December and on 21st. And value of the project maybe 100 million USD. Clear the project from scratch. And we wait for a minute, a second. Okay, just about 5 seconds, and we got all this. You can see that right now, my project, Mitsubishi Corporation, is the active project. And then the second task is that we should have type in the member. For example, I will invite myself and my team, anyone to the project. Okay, my security. And then we can invite anybody by using their email to be the member of this project. And then I can switch back to Hub Admin and go here, Hub Admin project. I can select the project here. Just add members normally that we did in every software, so it's not have to show live anything. For company, we can add many company if we work with many company. For example, I work with TD. My partners, anything, and I type, fill all the information, and I add the company. The bleed is for sending the files and not getting them to use my vault, my work. So to prevent the confusion, so we use the bleed to send the file to many stakeholders without let them to use our central location files. And handover activity, many things is that is beyond the basic level at this time. So I will talk about the basic first, and then I will show you with the project that I have finished them. For example, Greenfield Office Tower KL. This is my project that I use. I add all the member already, you can see. And everyone, when I add them, they will get the Autodesk Forma here. Try to invite, they should click on the join project to get in. And once they click the join project, they can be our member here. And then we can, because I am the project admin, I can let the member to use many features. I can turn off, I can turn on at any time. It depends on my configuration to configure all the member preferences, you know. For example, if I turn on the cost management, the user can use the cost management function. It's my choice, okay? And the company here, I have two companies working together like this. And we will get to the Greenfield project. And then I will show you the powerful of this Autodesk Forma. I will go into the data management. So the usage of it is quite easy because you use the menu, because Autodesk design the menu that easy at your fingertips, easy to use. You can see, you can go to the hub admin to set about the overall picture, the project admin to set about all the project, and then you can go into the data management that we're gonna talk today to manage the files. And then we wait for them to load. And then this one, I create many folders here, and then drawings. Because I create a bunch of folders, and then, for example, if I click on a 3D, we have the viewer. We call the LMV, large model viewer, on the web browser. And we wait for them to load. This one, you can see that we load the version 2. Version 1 is a previous version. So we should work on the latest information so the system know that we have the version 2. It's gonna open the version 2 for us. And then because the file is quite big, we have the file processing. Maybe I will try to open some 2D only first to show you that we have the 2D, because 3D take more time to load. But this 2D, you can see that we can do the lining. We can open the files. We can, if we would like to edit anything, we have the AutoCAD mobile. We click on this, and this file gonna be opened in the AutoCAD web app. At here, you can see that from the preview, it's quite messed up, right? But we will open and we will clean these files in the AutoCAD Web Mobile. But if you would like to edit anything, you should have the license, you know. But if you just the viewer, you don't need the license. Please know that. So this one, I have the license, so I can delete. This one is quite messed up. I delete all the things that made my files. You see? And then I will clean the files here. And from the system that I show you right now is version 17. But when I save this file, I click the save button. It's gonna be 18, version 18. Because every save gonna create the new version on the system. This one, we wait until the save button back to again without the 3 dots at the tail of the name. And then we go back to here. We hit the F5 to refresh and wait for them to load the new version. You can see it right now, it's version 18. So you can see that never have anybody to open the old version without intention, you know. But if we would like to see the previous version, I can click on here. I can drag down until the version 1. So you can see that system remember all the things that we save on the system. So the data is quite safe, and we can tracking anything from the day one until the latest day, you know. If I want to see the version 1, what happened to my file at version 1, and here we go, you can see that everything look good, but right now we have saved a lot until 18 version. You can see it right now, what the difference, you see. And then until now, we use the latest version of it, so we can see, we can mark anything. So I will delete all of this redlining. If I want to inform my team something, we have the right to. For example, I would like to draw the circle around my door. You see, I can do the redlining. What is redlining? Redlining is like a red marker that you mark on some location on the drawing to inform your team that look at here and see information and talk together or something like that. We can click on the arrow to select the redlining. You can see it right now. My colleague can see this redlining or not. It depends on the publish. If I click on the publish of this marker, my colleague can see. Otherwise, even I mark this on my drawing, my colleague didn't see it because I didn't publish this redlining to them, you know. And I will show you my colleague. And this here, I invite, I share to them. I want to share the information to my team. I click on all of them and save and send. Open this one first and talk together here. And then I send this one, the invitation, the information will go to my team. And my team gonna get join the project. This is my colleague. You can see the email is different. It's not mine. It's a difference. And I click on here to go to the clean field, invite them, invite him to join. Or we can do the shortcut by going to share, but we give the link, copy the link to them, and let them paste. You can send via the email or anything, and let them paste this URL, and they can get to the file directly. You can see they can open the file, the same file, and working together. Please wait for the file to be loaded. Okay, you can see that right now I do the markup, but this one didn't see anything because I click on the publish, and then they hit the F5 to refresh. And they will see the result of my masking. While we waiting, you see the result of my marking is here. So they can do the redlining as well. I change the tool to highlight something, and on the left side in the half. So I click on here and do publish, and then on the left side, they hit the F5. And there is, he can see the latest update of this one. Because we didn't want to consume the traffic, so we hit F5 time to time to see the result of the changes. You see here. And then we can do a lot of the tool I will show you here. We can do the arrow that point to something. We can do the line, draw the rectangle, draw the circle, draw the cross mark, anything. We can type the text in any languages, and then set the types or the everything. And then we can do the call out to call out something here. And we can do the polygonal redlining to cover in some area. And we can do the stamping. If I would like to stamp something, place the approval on the drawing. We do the approval electronically. We call the e-approval. So this one is quite useful. We don't have to print on the paper and use real stamping. It's cost a lot of money, right? We can do the issue. If I found some problem, I can point the issue here. The issue is that class detection, coordination, general quality. We can drag down, scroll down to see all the topic. For example, if I found the clash at some area, for example, if I found the clash at here, I make the issue, and this one is status is open. And I will close this file, and my colleagues go to the issue, and he will see that we have 3 issues in our project. So this one This one is version 1. This one here, I can click here to see. This event on the level of the user. If we allow the user to see the issue, they can see. If we didn't allow, they can't see. You know, we can set the priority of the user level. And then when the issue occur, we can see that we're gonna solve this or solve that or not. If we would like to change anything, we can go to the on the web version of AutoCAD, try to solve the problem. But if 2D is not enough, we can go to the desktop version here to do the 3D. For example, I will show you 2 parts. One part is that you send to the web version first, because of the top is hide me something. Okay, you can see that you can see that the mobile version of the AutoCAD web is have the limited tool, right? If I would like to do something, I'm not familiar with this interface because it's less tool than I need. So I can send to the desktop version. The system will convey this file to the desktop version here, and we can work in here. Or the second part is that we can use the start and go to the Autodesk project and direct to the files, and we can open from here directly. You see, it's depend on your choice. You will go to the mobile version first and then send to the desktop version, or you can use the desktop version to open the files, which one is okay. And then, for example, I would like to create something. For example, I create a 3D to here. You can see that I create a 3D object with the 2D entity here, and I save on this. Because I open from the Autodesk Forma Data Management, right? So when I click save, the system gonna save in the Autodesk Forma Data Management as well. So I can go back to here. This one need the plugin to send to the desktop version. If you don't have this plugin, you can send the file to the desktop version. So we call the web file open. We just install this and we can send this one to the desktop version. Anyway, we can go back to here and I will show you. Because I just did save the file in desktop version, you can see that right now it's version 19. And then when I click on the 19, I can see the history from the 19 version save occur. But when I would like to open the files, I can click on the name of the files to open to see the version 19, what the update is. And then I wait for the processings. As I told you that we need the quick, fast internet and stable and strong internet connection. So otherwise, we have to wait for the loading at here. Anyway, by the way, while we waiting for the loading, I will show you in the Revit. You can see here. We can file save anything. I can close. Normally, if default on the recent file, but we can click on Autodesk Docs. Once we install the Autodesk Docs gonna show in the Revit interface as well, and as well as the Civil 3D. You can see it right now. I go into the Greenfield KL project files, my training project. I can use I can open or I can save this one. No Revit file yet, so I create the new files, and then I create the wall, simple wall here, and I save here. You can see that the system gonna ask us where to save. We already have the local drive on the C. Is duplicate version of the Autodesk Forma Data Management on our local drive. We can save on the local drive. I will type this AA and save. And our desktop connector here, desktop connector, is the translator will send our file AA to the Autodesk Forma Data Management. You see, and once finished, you will see the green tick mark. That means this file has been uploaded to the Autodesk Forma Data Management. So I go back to here, and we would like to see the saving data set. You can see that AA is over here. AA is over here, so I can open, and we wait for the processing to open the Revit file in the viewer as well. So this one is quite useful. We can use to see the 3D, 2D, Revit, whatever. This is the big system and powerful system for us. And for specification, we just need to add any specification document, for example, the PDF, anything I can load from our computer. For example, if I have the spec of the PDF file, I can send to the specification attached to the project files. Imagine that if you have only the Windows Explorer and you would like to add any spec, you should create a folder and put all the PDF to that, but it's not tied to your project in the local drive, right? But when we apply the Autodesk Forma Data Management, all the specification document will be attached with our project all the time with metadata. So you can go to the specification anytime, anywhere, and the file anytime, anywhere as well. So it's quite useful for you. And then we can do the board. The boards, what does it mean? The board is like a playground or the whiteboard for you. For example, I create a new board. It will open a new page. And this board is like a whiteboard for you to communicate with your team. I will go to here, and then I will open my colleague to go to the same board, right? But right now, I would like to invite, only invite user or project members to use the board here. And then what is the board is, I can do the sharing. I can type, draw anything. I can draw a system to communicate my idea, something, and then I can share, enter the email. Okay, I will share to my team. Okay, I share. I type something and I let them be manager level and then share the board. And they will get invited to join the board. Okay. And then why I can share the site design, I can load the site, I can do the data, add file from data management. For example, if I would like to use the file, you can see that we work on the one place. You don't have to go here, go there all the time, but this one, we just use a single environment. For example, I would like to attach something to my drawing. You can see here, is the files. I can draw around anything. I can attach the image. I can go to the picture, attach here. The system will load the image for me. And then I can select and move around. You can see that the Forma board is look like this. It's like a share board for you. You can comment and add the comment to you add the comment at here. Try to type this text is good. Here you can type and post, and the comment will here and you share to your team. Your team can see what you type. It's like a small version of Facebook and the whiteboard, anything, and it's on the system here. You can see at right now we have the board at here, and I will change to this project. I have cleared the board with many features here. I click on the board, and right now this board. We can type the text. We can use the pencil to draw the line, the solid line, the dash line. We can change the color. We can do the cloud. We can do the frame. This one is quite useful. Frame, you can do the presentation using the frame. For example, I have my frame here. I have my frame there. I can do the frame. This is a frame 3, frame 2, frame 1, right? I can see the frame 1, what happened, frame 2, frame 3, to focus, to jump to the idea that I would like to show. Otherwise, we have to find manually is not good, right? We can jump to the location that we would like to present. So it make your presentation smoothly, right? Here. And this one is like a stick note, right? And you can type anything. Here is like a stick note. Yeah, this one is Forma board. So I show you around here. And the next feature is a review. When you're doing the file and you send for review, for example, I would like this file to be reviewed. I will submit for review. And the system is, you can use the one-step or two-step approval. I click on the one-step approval. I decide the workflow that the approver can send back to the initiator feedback. But if you don't allow this part, you can just one way send off the document. It's depend on your design. You can configure the system to conform that. And then you type the review name is that for approval. And you attach the project files and then you submit to notify all the member in the team and save and send the notification to the team. And the review gonna press here is open for review. So we decide the workflow that we going to the project admin. Here the notification, anything we can set the notification to tell whatever to our members, right? And then we back to the data management for the review. And then once my boss log into the system, he can see that the review case is open. He can click inside and see the files here. He opened the file and check on the system, and he quite satisfied. He can stamp the approval to my files, approve, here, approve, and press here. And then he can change the status, the issue here to be start review, start review. And he can change for approve. So the status of the file will show in the system. And then he submit the review to all the members to let them know, all the parties, that this file has been approved and submit to all the team members. So our team member will get notification and know that this file has been approved. And then when we go to the review, the case is closed. So when I go to the files, I can see that status of the files, the issue, the version. You can see that review status approved. That means we have the rule for our team that usually the approved file to work further. Do not use the file that in other status except approved. So if the file showing approved status, that means they can use to work continuously, right? And then once we doing the review, we can do the transmittal. Transmittal is like you select the file in the project and send as a package to your team. Because this file is just only one in my project, so I switch to another project that have many files, and we create the transmittal. Transmittal is easy to create. I create the transmittal, and I open my project, and I will send all the drawing in O3 and select the files. And the system, you ask you who will want to transmit this file to them. I will transmit to all my members and use all approved files here. and then I send the transmit to. So it saves the time of my member when they going to their account and click on the transistor. They can see the transistor here. It's created as the latest, right? You can see it right now. It's still creating. It's not finished yet. You wait for it to finish, and my team click on here, and my team can see all the drawing in the project. You can see that if we have a lot of file in my project, how can I focus just some portion to send to my team? Transistor is the answer. You see, this one is quite useful. And you can do the setting of the thing it does. So back to the basic that what the purpose to use data management. You can see from the feature that I show you, data management is quite important. You have the single source of truth, one place to work with, and you can communicate whatever to your team. For example, you can add the file at any time. You can upload the files from my computer. This is the upload. I can upload the files and click done. The file will be added to the project. Or I can use the desktop version while I save as. The system gonna use the drive. Here we have the file that duplicate location of the ACC doc to my local drive, and I press the file here. For example, the DOS dash XXX here, and then I save here. The file will be transferred to the Autodesk Forma Data Management via the desktop connector. You see the desktop connector sending the file to the system. You can see that we have many ways to send the file to the data management. And once you have the data management, you can add the specification document to your project. You can set the review for the approval or reject. If my boss didn't satisfy with my change, he rejected, and then the rejected result will inform to me, and I change again, and my boss satisfy, my boss give the approval. And then after that, I send the transmittal to my team to let them focus just on the what approved. The unapproved document didn't send to them. So my team work on the latest information with the approval added. And if we have any issue, I can clear the issue. For example, crashing, safety, crash, anything. My team, my member can see that right now we have 3 problems on our work, and then we solve one by one. You can see that it has all the information, it keeps all the data and metadata in the same place. And then if we have anything to communicate among the team, we can use the board. It's like a meeting room for you to communicate the idea. And you can create the report. You can check that how many files that get approval, how many files that get rejected, or anything. You can use the report. For example, if I would like to summarize the issue, I click on the issue detail, and I can click set all the information, what the issue that occur in the past 7 days, past 14 days, past 30 days. So I can make the report monthly to send to the superior level to let them understand the situation of our project right now, anything. If we have this kind of system, our work gonna be easier than usual. You know, if we don't have this system, our work is like a nightmare. you know. It depends on how many people in your project team. If you have only 2 people, maybe it's not much. You can communicate one-to-one, right? One-on-one. But if you have around 5 people, 10 people, 100 people, even more, the owner, other partner company, our contractor, it's impossible to work with the offline or normal way that you work nowadays, right? You should have this kind of data management to work out among the team or the big team with different company, many company working together, many team working together. You should have the data management, and it's on the cloud, so everyone can access to the data, and it's a related data. You can see what my idea to show is. Any question? If you don't have, I will show you a little bit of some changes in 2027. I will start from the new files, AutoCAD ISO here. And if I would like to draw a line around here, and I would like to cross at here and the gap at here, I draw around here is like not good, right? But how to check? We have the new tool called Geometry Cleanup. In Geometry Cleanup, we select the object and let the system check for a scan. And you can see that we have absolute 120 degree problem. Because this line, I draw it manually, it's not on the 120 yet. So I have 3 choices. The first one, rotate at midpoint. The second one, use the topmost point at the rotation origin. But the third option is use this point at the rotation origin. So this one, or keep as design, I let this as no problem. If I use this, you can see at right now we can show this line rotate to 120 degrees for sure. If you would like to check, I will draw the line pass to here. This tool is not important for the user that doing everything step it perfectly, you know, but who's know if you got the file from someone and you would like to check that their skill of drawing is good enough, maybe they hide something or the problem to you, you check all these two and you will solve all the problem. And for example, I'm going to measure the angle of this line and this line. 120 for sure, you see, because the system has adjusted to the right angle for you because you use the tool. And we still have remaining error here. This one is rotated at midpoint. And these two lines, for sure 120. But what happened to these two lines? It didn't have the tool to check, right? Or your draw is quite not close to the 60 because we have the tolerance for checking. For example, we have the gap here, but the gap is too small. Maybe I increase to 500 and then rescan again. You can see that right now the system detected the gap. Why? Because it detected or undetected, it depends on the tolerance that you add to this here. Maybe the incline line maybe is more than 5 degrees, maybe you increase to about 20 degree tolerances, and then rescan again. You can see that right now, absolute 60 degree will found the problem 2 places. You see here. So the tools will detect or undetect. It depends on the tolerance that you just config to the angle that you want to check. So this one, you can show here, rotate at midpoint, and then you set the gap to around 500, and rescan again. The gap has 4 places. You click on the gap circle and then extend trim here. This one extend trim, this one extend trim, this one extend trim. Here we go. You can see that the all of it you can turn off, and here back to the state. Because we didn't draw this picture well, so the system can help us until this point. But this one close, and surely is 120 degrees, and this one 60 degrees. This one is quite useful. We call the in the manage tab, and we have the geometry clean up here. Okay, over to you, Alif.